we've helped numerous businesses scale to multiple seven figures within the first 11 months of working with us, just by having something that told us where to go with 15,000 emails. But how do we do that? So when it comes to LinkedIn, we use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This is our first initial step before getting into the enrichment tools such as Clay and Apollo, which we will use for email. But when it comes to LinkedIn, we like to use Sales Navigator. There's two reasons we like to use this. It helps us identify trigger points, and it helps us identify people who are actually active on the platform. Again, 55% of users here do not use it, and even less of them post every 30 days. We want to get you in front of people that have posted every 30 days so that we know there's a high chance they're not only going to respond to our LinkedIn, but also our email down the line. So hopefully, for demo purposes, this loads. Hopefully this thing is on. Hopefully my mic is working. Nolly, so great to connect with you. I'm excited to get into exactly what it is we've been working on with tons of B2B partners over the last few years. I saw you got connected here through our system with Playman. Playman is not somebody who's in charge of these demos. My name is Jack. I'm the founder here at Profit Jack Enterprises. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into exactly what it is we can do for you guys specifically. See that you specialize in helping businesses implement software development and build potentially even their own tools, it sounds like, to grow and scale their business. I think that's a huge problem that a lot of businesses have, and they know there are easier ways, especially than there used to be, in order to build automations or any sort of software in order to improve their company. So certainly in alignment with that. Now, over the last few years, we have focused on a hybrid strategy that uses AI to automate both LinkedIn and cold email. Now, you've been in the game a long time. I'm sure you've seen similar systems, but just to give you an idea of our philosophy on it and why we combine both is really so that we have a litmus test for the rest of our marketing. We have found, especially in today's market, people are burned. Getting two messages on LinkedIn now, there's a 50-50 chance it's registered as offensive. We also know that on these marketing channels, people are using LinkedIn less than Facebook. So when we do find people, we need to make sure that they're active and we need to make sure their trigger points are there. Including those two things alone in our LinkedIn side of things gets us results like you see here. Over the last year, about 31,000 connects, 34% of those came back. And then of the messages that we sent out, we got a 26% reply rate. We keep that pretty consistent across the board. I can show you here just in last 6 months. And now we're also targeting interested leads. So I'll show you how we got here. It's a strategy you can pull, steal, do whatever you want with it. We use this on LinkedIn to influence our email marketing. So you're no longer going for this spray and pray approach. We've helped numerous businesses scale to multiple seven figures within the first 11 months of working with us, just by having something that told us where to go with 15,000 emails. But how do we do that? So when it comes to LinkedIn, we use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This is our first initial step before getting into the enrichment tools such as Clay and Apollo, which we will use for email. But when it comes to LinkedIn, we like to use Sales Navigator. There's two reasons we like to use this. It helps us identify trigger points, and it helps us identify people who are actually active on the platform. Again, 55% of users here do not use it, and even less of them post every 30 days. We want to get you in front of people that have posted every 30 days so that we know there's a high chance they're not only going to respond to our LinkedIn, but also our email down the line. So hopefully, for demo purposes, this loads. If you haven't used Sales Navigator before, highly recommend it. You don't need it when working with us. There we go. So popping over to our lead filters, the 80-20 principle is alive and well. I cannot stress that enough. A lot of what you see here is not necessarily necessary, to use a double word there. What is important is this posted on LinkedIn button. Okay. So if I were to see every CEO on LinkedIn, then we can get we're going to get probably 5 million plus results here. That are Coke Zero, I promise. It's not that stressful of the day, but I hope you are doing well while I wait for this to load. Always exciting to connect with founders from all over the world. We've built a lot of our footprint in Europe, and I want to sit there. I prefer to work with Europeans. Frankly, Americans are a little crazy, but I can help Europeans connect with the American market. So that's also a nice value add with all of this. What I am displaying to you is a super hands-on approach. We like to work with people, at least meet with you twice a month, make sure what we're doing is actually working, unlike today where it's taking forever to load. And based on that data we're getting every 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to use that to influence other marketing campaigns. So This isn't just a hands-off spray and pray type thing. Whenever this loads, we'll get there, but I might as well take the time to explain this posted on LinkedIn button. This is going to give us all the leads who posted in the last 30 days. So if this part populates, let's see here. There we go. Getting somewhere. Boom. Okay. So we have our 5 million results here. That's every CEO on LinkedIn. If we were to click posted on LinkedIn, that is going to be people who have actually used the platform to tell people about the problem they solve, who they solve it for, and provide some proof that they've done it. And as I like to say, those are people who posted on LinkedIn last 30 days. That number is going to drop drastically by almost 90%. So very important that we don't put any leads in here that haven't posted in the last 30 days. From there, I like to look at years in current company, years in current position. Now, these are going to be people that are new to their leadership roles. They want to make changes. They want to implement software. They want to implement AI. And then, of course, geography is important. But beyond that, I don't worry about too much else. Company headcount, yes, that's important, especially based on our average retainer. We want to make sure we get companies that are cash ready. And we can also use account search to target companies that have had recent funding rounds. And they need to invest in tools like this, consulting like yours, products like yours. So we use all of that data to influence our email marketing. And when we do that, I'll show you a bit of what this looks like here. We get results like this. So one of our first clients we worked with, agency velocity, consultant, over 400 individuals, hit the 7 Kilometer Club within 11 months. So we're very proud of them. Average of 30,000 in pipeline value generated each month. Twist Studio Design was another studio we worked with. 23K euro added revenue within 41 days. I will attach this in this link so you can take a look at that. A few other brands we've worked with, but ultimately we say all of that because it follows the same protocol. Okay, we use LinkedIn, as you see here, email and LinkedIn heads into our campaign. While we're warming up those email inboxes for you, we are sending out LinkedIn engagement to get an idea of who's responding positively. This is all intention-focused marketing. We are not spraying and praying. We are looking at what works. We are replicating it, and we're getting better results than most of the market. Super simple onboarding process. We can onboard you within like 24 hours. You fill out one form, and then we add you to LinkedIn, and you're good to rock. But yeah, happy to take a call with you, discuss more on what that looks like. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me.